Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here and welcome to another episode of The Hit Squad. Yes, oh yes, I've been waiting to get this video done. We've got some fantastic games to go through, guys. It's getting harder now, it's getting real tough. I've got the Hit Squad out, all ready to go. Let's fill some gaps, boys and girls, oh yeah. I'm buzzing today. Honestly, I've had a massive bundle turn up from my retro brother, Lee Thornley, fellow admin on Retro Realm, and there is some absolutely glorious Spectrum games. I'm just buzzing on the Spectrum today, honestly. It's really late at night now. I've been playing games all day, guys. It's been fantastic. Buzzing on the nostalgia. The nostalgia and memories are just like swirling around in my head, and I thought I've got to get a Hit Squad video up. Again, I'm not going to show everything that I've got in hand at the moment. I'm going to keep it to a few titles, sort of like 10-12 titles each episode, just so we can talk about the ones and the videos don't go on for absolutely ages. Famous last words, I say that all the time, and my videos always go on and on. But anyway, guys, zip it. Let's get on with it. Right, so first up, we have got a massive thank you to two YouTubers that have absolutely looked after me. I'm just grabbing the games, guys, because I've knocked them over in all my excitement. I don't know, I'm wrecking the place in all this excitement, kicking things around. I don't know. Right, let me grab the first two games that I've kicked. Shout out, guys. Now I've retrieved the games. Yeah, a massive shout out has to go to two YouTubers, two absolutely fantastic guys. I speak to them in chat, messenger, on Facebook and Instagram, and I've had the pleasure of meeting one of them at Revival. Really nice bloke. I could have spent hours and hours talking to Paul, Mr. Bads. Absolutely fantastic channel, love his channel. In a way, he's to blame for this Hit Squad, this Hit Squad quest, which is really gonna make me suffer. I know it is. Getting down to the lower figures now, it's getting tough. It's getting real tough and a lot more expensive as well. But yeah, Mr. Bad's Paul, love his content, love his channel, an amazing collection, and his sheer determination and investment in the Ocean titles and stuff like that really inspired me to, you know, go for the Hit Squad and get back into 8-bit micros and the Spectrum. And, you know, I've got a lot to thank Paul for, and he has done me, he sent me these games. I don't know what to say. You know, the generosity on YouTube is unreal. There's a number of us all chasing these Hit Squads across all different formats, and yeah, it's really great, real heartwarming when we help each other out. And Paul has sent me two games. Pro Tennis Tour, I gave this a quick whirl. I play all these games. I've played this. Tennis was not something I really got into until Super Tennis, believe it or not, on the Super Nintendo. I can remember playing that game, and that's the first real tennis game I got to grips with. But I gave this a go. It's a competent little game, Pro Tennis Tour. And that is Sports 19, guys. So there we go. And that's got to go in the sports. I've got to find my bearings, boys. Where are we? 16, 17, 18, 19. That goes in there. So that's narrowing a gap there in the sports section. And not only it, don't stop there. He sent me a Sega title. Yes, we've got Quartet. Now, this is a game I'm pretty unfamiliar with. I know, guys, believe it or not, a Sega game that I don't know that well. I can remember having this young as a child, and I couldn't figure out what the hell to do. And to be quite honest, giving this a whirl now, I still don't know what on earth I'm doing in the game. You know, it's colourful enough, you know, I just didn't really get it. Don't get it, it's gone over my head, but I'm absolutely chuffed. It being a Sega title, and getting Quartet into the Hit Squad collection. And thank you so much, Paul. That is really generous of you, mate. Really chuffed to get that. And this is Arcade number 9, guys. Number 9. So, Arcade. We're jumping about a bit. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little gap filled there, boys. Oh, yes. Get in there. But the generosity don't stop there. Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate that, mate. And buzzing to add another Sega title and get two more into the collection is brilliant. But the generosity of YouTubers doesn't stop there. Another awesome channel, and this guy has got as much blame. The cheeky sod, he messaged me the other day actually going, oh, you're making me spend my money again. And that was Legend of Galahad on the Mega Drive. Well, Dave, I'm just getting my own back, mate, because you and Paul have got me on a right quest here. And, you know, if I'm influencing you to buy games that you wouldn't necessarily buy, ha ha. But yeah, I'm talking about David, Retro Games Played Badly. Both of these guys are going to get a link down below. So go and check out both these channels if you haven't already. I'd imagine all of you are subscribed to them. But if not, go and check them out. You're not going to be disappointed, guys. Absolutely brilliant content. And yeah, he sent me Konami Tennis. Or Konami. And that is Sports number 3, guys. So absolutely amazing. Again, Dave wouldn't accept postage or nothing. He said it's a gift. He sent me this as well as BMX Simulator, which I've shown off on a previous Spectrum video. Those of you that are loving the Spectrum content, don't worry, guys. There's so many games that I've got for some Spectrum Spectaculars. Massive amount of memories and nostalgia. They are coming very shortly, guys. So don't fret there. But yeah, another one to add, Konami Tennis, into the sets. That's 2 more sports titles. Number 3, we're closing the gap in there as well. That is brilliant. And yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Paul and Dave. Really appreciate that, guys. And you know, I will return the favour. If something comes up that you need, I will be there, guys. You can guarantee that. I'm so happy with those. Right, moving on, guys. Moving on to the next one. And we've got a movie title here. I ain't doing these in any order. Just of how I've achieved them, really, and how I've got them. This was a Sinclair for sale, this one. And that is Short Circuit. Now, I can remember loving these films. Again, guys, movie tie-ins. It's going to be a regular theme in this set of videos, definitely for sure. But Short Circuit, 2 films, the first one and the sequel. I enjoyed both of them as a kid. I can remember getting really emotional over the second one when that gang are beaten Johnny Five, and he's going, no, Johnny Five, alive. Can you remember that? My God, I can remember. It's sort of like I had water in my eyes, and I can remember my sister saying, are you crying? And I was like, no. Why am I sharing this? But yeah, it's one of the first films that sort of like got me emotional. But yeah, the game's got me emotional as well, but in a different way, really. As in, again, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I can remember back in the day, I didn't know what I was doing in this game. I so wanted to like this game. I can remember my mate Gary. He got into this game. He got quite far, but I just couldn't get my head around it. A bit too puzzly for me, I think. And I can remember I had a quick blast on this earlier, actually, today. And nice detailed graphics. Yeah, the environment's really well detailed. Loads to investigate. You go around and you're looking for a computer terminal. I found that computer terminal. You plug into that and you download certain software. That is about as far as I got, guys. But the controls, really responsive. And yeah, it looks nice. Nice detailed game for the time. But yeah, it just goes over my head, really. I'm sure it's a great little adventure game, but just not for me. And this is Movie number 5, guys. Movie number 5. So where's the movies? There they are. So we're filling a gap there as well. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so short circuit. And we're going to move on to another game now. Again, this was picked up as a post where someone had a random load of Spectrum games with just a couple of hit squads scattered in, which tends to be the case sometimes on these Facebook groups. This was Sinclair for Sale again. A game, I couldn't believe it popped up and no one jumped on it, because they're jumped on so quickly. You've got to be so quick on Facebook. But I was lucky, I got in there, and that is SDI. Now the odds are even. Now this is a really good game. I can't remember this game back in the day. It's got no nostalgia for me. Never played it before. It's published by Sega, or it was a Sega title originally. So guys, comments down below. Is this Global Defense on the Master System? I've not got Global Defense, I don't think, so I can't try. But is that the same game? This is actually a really good game. Really nice detailed graphics, a nice pattern and mixture. It's a shoot 'em up type game. And you're this satellite, and you're sort of like a defensive satellite that's protecting whatever down below, like a planet or a ship. And you've got to stop the aliens coming in, and you can shoot along, target them and shoot them. Absolutely great idea. And I played this game loads, guys. Like I said, really nice graphics, controls great. The controls are really responsive, and the game just works. It really does. And like I said, I lost a good hour of playing this game. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, a great game, this one, SDI. And that is arcade number 26, guys. So, arcade 26, just above Zybots there. Absolutely chuffed to bits to get that, and a great game. I will be playing that one a lot more. I know I will. But again, guys, in comments, let me know, is that Global Defense on the Master System? Next up, we're going sweeping it across now to, these all came off my good friend and Sega brother Lee Thornley, all these ones. Now, like I've said, he sent me a massive bundle. There's plenty of hit squads in there, so there will be another hit squads video, but I want to try and do one a month on the hit squads, to keep it fresh and to keep you guys waiting in anticipation to see what comes up. But yeah, Lee Thornley, oh, what a box. I opened the box this morning and I was just absolutely buzzing with the games that were in there. And these hit squads don't disappoint, guys. This one's an arcade classic, another movie film license game, and a game that sort of split people down the middle when it was released. And that game is Star Wars Return of the Jedi. And this is movie number 12, guys. I absolutely adored this game. In the arcades, I was fortunate enough that my local arcade had this game, so I played it an awful lot. But I can remember it divided the playground, this game. A lot of people absolutely loved Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and the vector style graphics and the whole real arcade action theme. This one done away with the vector graphics, and we was given 2D sort of like, you know, sprite graphics. But I adored this game. It took some of the best action scenes from Return of the Jedi and turned it into 3 stages of shit. It gets really tough, this game. And yeah, you've got the speeder bike level, you've got the Millennium Falcon level. You know, really great, really good port on the Spectrum as well. Really faithful. It captures the feel of the original arcade. And to me, it's a really great game. Really enjoyed it. Loads of little details I like. I like the speeder bike levels where the Ewoks have got their like little booby traps, and they'll attack the Empire while you're getting to the defense base. And yeah, a great game, guys. Really recommend it. If you've never played it before, give it a go, and it's really good on the Spectrum. Played it loads this afternoon, and yeah, a worthy one in the collection. Movie number 12, guys. Movie number 12. So over to the movies, 11, 12. Right next to Empire Strikes Back, as it should be. One above Batman, the Caped Crusader. Oh yes. Another one off Lee, and another game that I can remember my dad and uncle liking this game. I never really give it much time back then. It's a puzzle games, really. It wasn't until the likes of Bust a Move, Tetris and all that on the Game Boy that I really got into puzzle games. But I can appreciate this one now. It's a Taito classic again, an arcade conversion, and that is Hutnik. Now, I played this game this afternoon and really enjoyed it. It's a slow-paced puzzle game, quite a methodical game, but visually it looks nice. It's detailed, and it's quite a simple concept. You've just got to move the tiles and the shapes together so that they disappear. You've got a time limit, and you've got to clear that screen within that time limit. The quicker you do it, the more bonus points you get, and it progressively gets harder and harder. You know the fare, guys. I'm sure many of you will remember Hutnik. It was a classic. I think it was very popular on the 16-bit. I think this was a later release on the Spectrum, if I remember correctly. I can remember this on the Atari ST. I'm sure it was the ST that I played this on mostly. But yeah, a great conversion on the Spectrum. And this is arcade number 46, guys. Number 46. So there's 48, 47, 46. Shrinking another gap, which is what we want, boys. Definitely. That moves us on to another great arcade one. A shooter, which was more that I'm into. You know, forget these puzzle games. All to me, it was about shooting, killing. Yeah, I'm in on any type of shooting game. And this was a really great game on the Spectrum. I played this a lot on, I can remember I had it on the Spectrum. And one of my best mates, Zaki, had it on the Amstrad, I believe. And that game is Dragon Spirit. Now, at the beginning of the year, I got a PC Engine Duo R. And one of the first games I looked out for was Dragon Spirit on the PC Engine. And it's all because of Dragon Spirit on the good old Specky. Never played Dragon Spirit in the arcades before. Never been fortunate enough to play it. But I just remember the Specky game and really enjoying the conversion of this game. It's a solid game. It controls really well. It's got enough speed about it, which is a lot of the shooters on the Spectrum. The speed and the scrolling can be jerky and slow at times, but Dragon Spirit doesn't disappoint. Lovely big sprites. You're being attacked from in the air and on the ground, which is really good. I love the power-ups in this game. Shoot the eggs and then they'll release power-ups and you get more heads and things like that to increase your firepower. An absolutely great little game. I love the environments of this. The stage environments are brilliant. You start off flying along a lake and there's trees and forests all around. And you know, you're getting attacked from the water, you're getting attacked from the ground in the trees, and then you've got other flying beasts after you. A great game, really captured my imagination as a child, and the memories come flooding back with this game. This was a game me and my uncle played an awful lot back in the day, and yeah, it inspired me to get. This was one of the first games I grabbed on the PC Engine. So this is arcade 36, guys. So where are we at? 35. Oh, look at that. We've filled a column, guys, down the bottom here. That is now filled. Yes, that's all nice and full. That is brilliant. Wow, chuffed with that. Oh, yes. And moving on, guys. Another movie license. And this one is a film. I liked Bruce Willis films back in the day, like most of us did. All on the back of the success of Die Hard. But this was a film that really disappointed me. I think this is one of the films back in the day that I never ever, I haven't even seen the film all the way through. And to this day, I've never watched it from beginning to end. It's an absolutely atrocious film in my opinion, and I avoided the game. I can remember the game being hyped, talked about, but I was so disgusted with the film, I wouldn't give the game a time of day, and that is Bruce Willis's Hudson Hawk. And I was pleasantly surprised. Really, it's quite a cartoony sprite. It looks very cartoony, the game. Gave it a blast today. It's very bouncy, and it kind of reminds me of the ultimate game, Underworld. Yeah, you seem to float and bounce around quite a bit in this game. Again, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was running around, chucking a ball, but it's detailed sprites, nice enemies, loads of jumping to be done, floaty jumping everywhere. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. And that is movie number 26, guys. Movie number 26. So in between Total Recall and the Terminator 2. So yeah, we're closing in on there a little bit, boys. And then that brings us on to another movie tie-in, and these series of films were my childhood. Back in the 80s, it was a lot different then. Your parents let you watch films that were gory and all of that. Well, my parents did anyway. And a set of films that absolutely captured me. And I watched these films over and over again until the VHS tapes wore out. I love these movies so much. One of my favourite action heroes of all time, Sylvester Stallone. He was the man, and we're talking about Rambo First Blood Part 2. What a movie game. What a movie license game this is. Absolutely amazing game. People will argue that the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad versions of this game are better. I fell out with friends over this game, defending the Spectrum. But in hindsight and looking back now, yeah, they were right. You know, this game does play better on the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad. But I had a Spectrum. That's what I grew up with, and I loved this game. What this lacked in colour, you know, it made up for in detail. I like the detail of this game. It's a short enough game to blast through. The absolute buzz of getting the helicopter, rescuing a hostage. The first game I remember where you're rescuing the hostage, and the whole basic layout of this game captures the movie really well. And not many movie license games did that, but this one to me really did capture my imagination. And playing it again today, I was just grinning from ear to ear, guys. Absolutely. Just that warm, glowing feeling of all those memories. I spent hours playing this game. And it's one of the only games that I've finished on all 8-bit micros. I've finished it on the Spectrum. I'd say the Spectrum version is the hardest. And the Amstrad version being the easiest, I'd say. And the Commodore shortly behind that. A great game. Absolutely loved it. Finding that temple for the first time with a machine gun. And it was one of the first games, I'm not sure if it actually was true, but I can remember reading about it, you know, firing your gun will attract more enemies, and that was like one of the first games that had that for me. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. Rambo First Blood Part 2, and rightly so, guys. This is movie number 1. Oh yes. So movie number 1, above Cobra, which is number 2. Oh, just squeezes in there. I think that needs a case change, and the case is a bit chunky on that one. But it's gone in there. We've filled another gap. Oh, yes. That's it, the single releases. I thought I'd end the video on some of the Hit Squad compilations. And we're going to start in order, I say, as I put them in order. But yeah. Before these Hit Squad releases, Ocean, when they bought out Imagine and the likes like that, they done compilations. They sold 1 million. And a good pal, a guy on Sinclair for Sale, Ian Rayner, I've mentioned him before in previous Spectrum videos. He done me a fantastic deal. on a load of Spectrum, and in there we had the 3 They Sold a Million compilations. And first up we've got They Sold a Million, the original, and on there we've got Daley Thompson's Decathlon, Sabre Wolf, an Ultimate Play the Game classic. That, what a game, I've had loads of fun playing that. Beachhead, again a game that I liked back in the day, more noteworthy on the Commodore 64 if I remember rightly, Beachhead. But yeah, it's faithful conversion on the good old Specky. And Jet Set Willy, that needs no introduction, that one, does it, guys? So what an absolutely awesome compilation. And like I said, compilations hold mass nostalgia for me as presents. I often got a compilation for Christmas, birthdays and gifts in general. That's when I got compilations, and they really do hold a special place. I still love a good compilation today if I can get hold of one. I buy all the compilations that come out on the Switch and previous generation consoles. I just can't help it, I have to buy them. So there's They Sold a Million, and as you can see down there, guys, it's got the Hit Squad logo, so it's got to go in the collection. And then we've got They Sold a Million 2, and in there we've got Bruce Lee, we've got Match Point, Match Day, which was released on a thingy, on a single release, Hit Squad release, and then we've got the Ultimate Play the Game classic, Night Law, which was one of the isometric games that I really did love back in the day. Bruce Lee, absolute classic game that is. And yeah, really looking forward to getting stuck into some of those. And then finally we've got They Sold a Million 3. And on there we've got Fighter Pilot, which is a game that I never got into and was never really into flight sims at all. And then we've got the arcade port of Kung Fu Master, one of the most disappointing arcade conversions I've ever played. It is shockingly bad on the poor old Specky. Ghostbusters, a game I lost hours and hours on, another great movie licensed game. And Rambo First Blood Part 2 again, guys. So, you know, absolutely fantastic compilation. And these have to go in the collection to have that complete set. So there we go, guys. There is a load more games added into this cassette city racks. We're getting there, guys. It's starting to fill up. Like I said, give it another few more weeks and I'm going to upload another Hit Squad video for you guys to see and to share with you guys that journey. And I'm going to leave it there. I'll take some pictures of where we're at so you guys can see this close up. Until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.